Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. It is Friday afternoon out here on the left coast. I was just about to jam out of the studio for the weekend, decided to just check a few other things, went back and looked at the dockets at Snope v. Brown and Ocean State Tactical, and lo and behold, we got some fresh life into this case. That's right, there has been a major development, and I'm going to tell you why I think this is a really positive development moving forward. So it's going to be some good news, or at least what we predict to be good news, but there's going to be a little bit of bad news, and I'll explain all of it in just a moment. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about new life for the assault weapon ban case. So today we're trying to figure out just how effective is StopBox, and the best way to test that is to put it to test with some of our nation's youngest and brightest kids, you know, college kids. So with the help of Gun Law Junior there behind the camera, we got some of our local kids who are home for Christmas break. Let's see how they do. Okay, so why don't you give me your first name, your university, and what you're studying in?
Yeah, Herbert, UW, engineering, civil.
Eugene, studying computer science at Cal State Fullerton.
My name's Melvin, I'm at WSU and I'm studying mechanical engineering.
Sheldon, UW, quantum physics.
Dude, what's going on here?
You told me to get college kids.
I said college kids. I didn't say engineering majors. I meant like soc, psych, poli-sci, something like that. What's going on?
Science is what I could get.
You need to hang out with dumber friends. All right, gentlemen, this is how this is going to work today. I have here $500. Okay, and that'll buy you a lot of beer or pizza or whatever the heck it is you guys spend your money on. One of you gets into this box, the money's yours. Have fun.
I don't know, man, we give up.
You guys are giving up, huh?
Yep, sir.
Really? Okay, well, looks like I get to keep the money, but thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, Sheldon, I read that paper you did about variability of measurements in quantum physics.
Oh yeah?
So, man. StopBox. Protect your family while protecting your family. Okay, America, we're talking about two cases. We have been talking about them ad nauseum. Of course, one is Snope v. Brown, the assault weapon ban case out of Maryland. And then, of course, the other case is Ocean State Tactical versus the state of Rhode Island, which is a magazine ban case, obviously out of the state of Rhode Island. We have been anxiously praying that these cases will both be accepted by the United States Supreme Court, and we have been playing a hellacious waiting game. Most recently, the cases were scheduled for conference on January 24th, but that's where they just kind of went to just disappear, and we had heard nothing. Now, the one piece of good news is they hadn't been denied, but we hadn't heard anything. But we got big news today, and that is that here on February 14th, as I record this, they are scheduled for conference yet again on February 21st, 1 week from today or next Friday. Now, this is big news, and I think this is relatively positive news, and let me explain why. First of all, and I know some people may disagree with me on this, but if these cases were gonna get denied, if they were gonna get rejected, I believe that would have happened already, okay? Secondly, I recognize that while these cases were coming up for conference the first couple times, it was also at a time where they were kind of filling out the 2025 spring term, all right? And candidly, trying to get that case wedged in there and given the parties that short a time would have been difficult for a lot of folks, especially for an issue that is going to be so momentous as this one. So if the Supreme Court really wanted to give both sides all the time in the world to get their briefs in, and it allowed the dozens and dozens of amicus parties that are also going to want to participate, because you can imagine, if we consolidate Snope and Ocean State, we are going to once and for all duke it out over whether assault weapon bans and magazine bans are constitutional. Okay, this is a huge, huge occasion before the United States Supreme Court. There are going to be dozens of parties that are going to want to file amicus briefs. So what they're doing now, by meeting in February, late February, and again, we may not have a decision until March on this, but they're not filling the spring 25 term anymore, okay? They're now filling the fall 25 term after summer break, okay? And that would, in fact, give all the parties, if you pick a date sometime in October or November, where everyone should be ready to go. Now, that's the good news. The good news is I do think that this points in the direction of the court is going to be accepting these cases. Could I be wrong? I absolutely could be wrong. And trying to read the tea leaves on this Supreme Court is proving to be next to impossible. The bad news is that if you are in a state that already has one of these bans in place, the soonest you're likely going to see relief is sometime in the spring or summer of 2026. Now, I recognize that if a case is argued in October or November, theoretically, the Supreme Court could issue rulings sometime early in 2026. But if you go back and you track how the Supreme Court does it when it comes to the big issues, the really big issues, okay? And that just goes not only in the Second Amendment, but the really big issues all around. Take a look at the Hobbs decision, take a look at Hodges v. Obergefell, the gay marriage decision. I mean, there's a lot of big decisions. Those have a tendency to come out right as the term is wrapping up, literally about the time that all the Supreme Court justices are getting out of D.C. for summer vacation. So we're looking more like June 2026. Better late than never, however. So the big news to take from this is both Snope v. Brown and Ocean State Tactical versus Rhode Island have been scheduled for a conference yet again on February 21st. We could get orders as early as February 21st. We could get orders more realistically the following Monday, the 24th of February. So keep your fingers crossed. Like I say, I honestly think if the Supreme Court was going to tube this, they would have done it already. But hey, we're going to find out, right? Listen, we're going to go ahead and link up the dockets to both the cases down below so that you guys can track along and geek out on it for yourself. If you got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. But if you don't, that's okay. That information's down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, all you got to do is click on that link right there and tell us all about it. If you want to subscribe to our monthly newsletter, the ability to do all of that is right down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's everyone remember that part of being a lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.